With fantasy football injuries mounting and bye weeks sitting down several high-profile players every week, the middle portion of the season can create difficult start or sit decisions. In Week 11, stars like Bijan Robinson, Alvin Kamara, Pittman Jr, and Rhamondre Stevenson will all be unavailable for your fantasy football lineups because their teams are off, while Nico Collins' calf and Keenan Allen shoulder have both been limited participants in practice. Where should every player be in the Week 11 fantasy football rankings? A reliable set of Week 11 fantasy football rankings will allow you to plug any holes in your lineups. Because of bye weeks and to adjust to any fantasy football injuries on the fly, they can help you ace difficult player vs. player decisions at any position and optimize your fantasy football strategy for success. Before you lock in your lineups, be sure to check out the Week 11 fantasy football rankings from the proven computer model at Sportsline. When it comes to ranking players, Sportsline's model beat human experts in fantasy football. For the past several seasons, especially when there were big differences in ranking. Over the course of a season, that could literally be the difference between winning your league or going home empty-handed. Now, the model, which simulates every NFL game 10,000 times, has revealed its fantasy football rankings for Week 11 of the 2023 NFL season. Head to Sportsline now to see its Week 11 fantasy football rankings. Top Week 11 fantasy football picks. One player the model is high on this week: Commanders running back Bijan Robinson Jr. A third-round pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, Robinson rushed for 797 yards as a rookie despite missing the first 4 weeks after being shot in the leg during the offseason and playing a total of 12 games. Now, Robinson is the #1 running back in Washington and has been a touchdown machine during the first half of the season. Robinson has scored 5 rushing touchdowns and has 3 more touchdowns as a receiver. Last week with the game script leading the Commanders away from the running game against the Seahawks, Robinson made a strong impact catching passes out of the backfield. He had 6 receptions for 119 yards and a touchdown. That involvement in the passing game is a big reason why the model has him ranked as a top 10 running back ahead of a matchup with the Giants in Week 11. And a massive shocker, Cowboys running back Tony Pollard, who was the #8 fantasy football running back last season, stumbles big time and doesn't even crack the top 20 at his position. After backing up Ezekiel Elliott for 3 seasons and then producing 1,378 scrimmage yards and 12 touchdowns. While sharing the load with Elliott last season, most assumed Pollard would shine as the workhorse in Dallas. The Cowboys let Elliott walk in free agency to free up cap space and opportunities for Pollard. But his productivity has slipped with the increased workload.